later.
Oh yeah, we watched that happen last time. The robot died. Wanker got wanked.
Wanker got ganged up on.
Don't you dare! You disrespect his memory.
Some of you almost got. You're like, I can't believe. Oh no, he didn't say it. Who's Wanker again? That's
you don't even remember?
I do. That's the.
All right, I don't remember actually what we were doing down here though. He clearly hasn't died yet.
No, this is. I thought we went back. No, this is where he gets ganked.
Well, I don't think
this is it. This room or the room after this?
It's somewhere in the category. Oh, I think it's in this room. It's one of those things that does it.
The ganking room? No. Further down we go.
I got no clue. See elevators. I don't even remember what we were doing last time.
Aren't you going down?
I don't even know what I'm doing now,
It's
actually.
like all four or all levels, if I recall. You were like.
Oh, here we go.
You were at like the lowest point.
I ain't got a clue. Can't go around whatever this thing is. So some kind of a containment thing going on here. Alright, well whatever I've done seems to have progressed the plot.
Wanker's wanking. Emergency! I must.
You gotta use your bathroom, no questions. I think this...
His name gives that a whole other connotation.
I think this is what... yeah, this is when he dies.
Oh, yeah. So this is the room where he...
Well, I think it's the room above where the
Right.
robots is. So,
Yep, here he is. Again. For those of you who don't remember, he died.
now, I wonder, can we avoid that happening? Surely we could just take the elevator. There you go. That's realism, don't you know? Here's a question. What would happen if you used an elevator in emergency?
You have to climb up the elevator shaft, and that would be...
Do they actually deactivate, though, or are you just not supposed to use them?
No, I'm pretty sure they stopped working. Like, they locked down, probably. He says that so tentatively. Ugh, these are my friends.
He's bowing, each of them. Well, I got no sentiment for this time. We spent it all last time.
I guess so.
It's having an existential crisis.
Well, the topics I had for this week have really no segue.
Well, then don't bother.
Don't bother with segues. This week sucked. In a lot of ways, not more than what we normally talk about. But we've been obviously working on trying to close a house for a number of weeks, and at this point, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I mean, we still are gonna push it through, but I don't know at what point your patience for the general lack of of competence in mankind becomes just a bitter and crotchety old... Like, I'm kind of becoming a codger a little bit in my old age.
Well,
It's a little bit like, I just think everyone sucks right now, and it's because no one wants to actually take responsibility for themselves. But anyway, that's kind of what my hot take is this week.
that's hardly a hot take, though. It's just
I mean,
a take
I don't know.
at this
It's a
point.
take I don't want to take.
Oh gosh, I gotta fight all these things? Whoa, with only 2 people. I'm gonna need all the healing I can get, miss. Whoa, real fast, too. Oh, we gonna get wrecked for real. Boyo.
Why? They're undulating.
I am not gonna do... No, don't I use items. Give me your healing ability.
Oh, you
Okay.
just took him out. Okay.
So they're not actually that hard. Where's my stuff? Aura. Give me the aura forever. Come on, come on. I only got 2 people to fight all this. This is not very good. No! Leave me alone! Ooh.
Ooh.
Ah, now she's got to heal herself.
It isn't a hot take, but I will tell you this. I normally at least have some degree of...
Come on, heal yourself.
I don't know what to call it.
Whoop 'em.
Just long suffering for it. And I'm just over it. Like I said, I mean, there's a part of it that is a bit of like an old person just, well, I'm old and I'm coming back.
Yeah, I'm already old.
I don't know. I won't say that I have settled to just be an old, bitter, and crotchety individual. However, I will say this.
I have.
No!
I healed me instead of him.
I certainly understand
Whoa!
what's happening.
Well, there's a phrase I could use.
That was... Okay.
I won't, though. I'm just saying they tossed me around. I'm gonna get it stuffed. Heal him this time, woman. Woo! That was close. This is some intense battle music.
This is actually working decently well.
Yeah, they're not as hard as I thought. They don't deal as much damage, and they're easy enough to kill with just the plain attack. As a matter of fact, now that I'm not in such a precarious health position, I should see if any of my other stuff does anything good. Use a double, triple. You, I guess, just keep healing yourself. There you go! Woo! There we are, that's what I need to be doing. Whoop, they're doing it again. Whoa, why is she so hurt?
Oh.
Yep.
You're about to die.
Ping-ponging. That's what that process is called. Ah! Why? Nobody even hit her! She's the healer, though! Dadgummit, am I going to have to lose this right now?
You may be able to take him out.
Well,
with one of those.
I mean... Oh, why can't I use that? That's the ability I need the most! That was the only ability that would have killed them all at once.
No, that...
I don't know how she got... I didn't see her get hurt so bad. I should have been paying closer attention.
I would have flagged it up, but it seemed like last time you checked it was like 24.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her.
That's odd.
I didn't even see him attack her, but whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I certainly have
Wanker's got to die again.
more understanding of why people become codgers. It's...
Well, it depends on... I don't know. There's an element of... You know, there's being sort of jaded, and then there's just being a jerk.
What does that mean?
Well, because it's one thing to be like, yeah, people usually suck, so I don't have much hope for them. But then there's another thing where it's like, I think people suck so much that I'm going to make situations worse. I'm going to kickstart the badness.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know that I would ever get to that level. And I think maybe that is the transfer of like, oh, that's when it becomes an actual, you're like a jerk old person. But I'm just
I
saying,
don't want to be one of them.
it's
but
not just me saying, these young whippersnappers. It's like, honestly, there is... What bothers me the most is it's not just like a generational thing. It's not like these young generations, they don't know how to do this or that or the other thing. There are people that I go, you are a professional, supposedly, in this particular field, and yet I'm having to do your job. And I told my wife tonight, I'm like, at what point do I just, it's not just like, I'm having to handhold a ton of people and I don't like that. It's like, no, I'm actually fully having to just say, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. It's a little bit like if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. But I don't know. Within this process, I had our parts of our team. None of them, well, I won't say none of them. Most of the team has been fairly competent and reasonable as far as communication and all that other stuff, but there's a few people within the specific financial group that you're just going, actually, I've already done that. Oh, we'll reach out to this person or the selling agent or whatever. It's like, I've actually bypassed you because I find this whole process to be obnoxious. There comes a point in which I'm like, at what point does the red tape of all of this become so bizarre? We were talking about this the other day. I don't know what your opinion is on this, but
crime. Is that where you're going?
No, I mean it will certainly lead there, but it's the whole. At what point does something on paper not? It ceases to make sense when you say it out loud. Like, it's the whole. If a guy has, $30K in a bank, and he says, I come in and I need to make a withdrawal today of $10,000, and the guy's like, you can't do that in one sitting. You have to do, only a max of 5,000 withdrawal. And he's like, okay, but I have money in there and I need to get it now. And the guy's like, well, you can't get it now. And so he says, okay.
You cannot get your cash.
So I'm like, I'm going to close my account. Give me my $30,000. They give him his $30,000, and he goes, okay, I'd like to open a new account. Here's $20,000. It's like, this is stupid. Like, and that's completely a legal way of going around the system. But I'm like, at that point, when the system becomes that stupid and broken, somebody needs to look at it and eyeball it and say, this is dumb, and we need to reevaluate.
Well, yes, but that's what organized crime is for.
Well, I agree, and we'll get to that, but it's the same thing with this whole process with the house. I go, there's moments where we're like, hey, here's all the cash, here's all the things that we need to be able to get this done. And they go, it's not the right cash. Like, it's literally like, if you had a full, outside of paying cash for something outright, which, at this point...
you ought to do. That's what Ramsey says.
Well, at this point, I'm getting to the point that I'm going, I'm just going to pay for things outright in cash, because if you don't pay for something outright in cash, essentially, if you have put money away since you were 7 in a piggy bank and you now have $500,000, all of that is worthless for buying a house or for doing those kinds of things, as long as it hasn't been in the bank for a specific amount of time. I'm like, that's absurd. I don't know. It's not enough. It's not one of those like, you should invest in gold. It's like, no. I mean, really, when crap hits the fan and the fall happens, the fall of civilization happens, the commodities are going to be water and rice and things like that.
I thought I did something that helped me. I don't think that helped me at all.
You might die soon.
Okay, so that is what I thought I did. I forgot that your energy reserve or whatever that you use for these special attacks actually does deplete and you have to reuse it. But I have the bottles that give it to me. It's called hooch. I'm getting tossed. You ordered the toss salad.
Stop! No!
Here it comes. Just call me Wilson.
You're just digging your grave.
Come on, give me the chance. Come on, whoop 'em like whoopee.
Okay.
Get the right guy in the middle.
Gonna need to...
No, oh boy, that was her.
I was gonna say, you're about
well, I'm close. Just let...
You are? I think I've seen this movie. I'm close.
That should get all of them. What? Only one of them? Okay, good, all of them. Alright, I'm just going to have to accept because I think this guy's close enough and I'm not going to bother wasting time healing the slut. Hey! Wake up from your coma, we're alright. Found 600 gold in that robot.
She just stands up. Wake her! Where? They trashed him!
Oh, okay, so he is actually in there. Wow!
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We're gonna pass without comment. Let's take him back to a hole. Oh, we're just gonna drag him back the whole way? Apparently. That's the answer. Rhetorical question. Actual answer. Because the comment that we made that I thought was most depressing in a way, from the last time we were talking about unorganized, or not unorganized crime, organized non-crime, was essentially when we discovered that the reason. Sorry, it's just distracting me. The reason.
Shh, don't talk.
The reason that men in particular are drawn to the allure of crime is not actually for the money and the power, it's just the feeling of belonging to a community and living in a functioning society again.
Also because we're sick and tired of being told no. I mean, like...
Okay, well, now you've just undermined my point. I was saying it's not about the power. It's a little bit about the power.
It's a little, but not a lot.
But the reason is you'd say, okay, you're making up really stupid rules, so
Right,
I would
exactly.
I would actually be far more sensible to just be like, here's a fake bank statement. I have $14,000.
Right, exactly.
You don't actually need to know when I've had it. I have it, and I can give it to you.
Right.
So it's just like...
Well, and that's the kind of thing I like when you with my mother-in-law just recently had an issue with her bank because of the fact that she recently tried to withdraw a significant amount of money and they literally
it wasn't even a significant
well,
amount
it
of
was
money.
like under it was about like 15 or something like that, 15 grand. But it's like at this point you go, they literally would not give her the money unless she told them what it was for. It's like, what the heck do you need to know that for? It's my money. I'm gonna use it when I need it.
Who are you, the government?
Oh,
Yes,
J.G.
actually.
Wentworth. I don't know. There comes a
You
point.
just want to start talking to everybody like a cop. You should be like, I'm not answering that without a lawyer.
No doubt. I mean, for real though, I don't. This process, I think, has just been an additional eye opener and going. The systems that we've set up, while they used to be for preventing.
So we're leaving the future. We've ended this part of the... We were taking a robot with us.
Interesting.
Where are we going to take the robot? I hope it's not anywhere in the past, wherein he'll have no power.
That's probably what's going to happen.
Oh, hey, it's Kingdom Hearts all of a sudden. We're in some kind of floating... That's a very
Kingdom Hearts-y vibe.
What noise is that?
Scoot-doo, scoot-doo, scoot-doo.
Well, what's with the weird cooing?
Oh, the wee-woo.
Is that just part of the music? It doesn't sound...
I'm getting like Kingdom Hearts meets Spyro. It's a little bit of a mix.
Spyro was 3D, though.
No, it's not. The old school one wasn't.
You know, the only one I know of is the one 3D game. I don't know where that stood in the series. Huh. Okay. AD. All right, so there was a Kingdom, or not Kingdom Hearts. There was a Chrono Trigger Jesus at one point. What? I can't help but feel like that's a cop-out. It's when there's 4 of you. It's a speedrun glitch, actually. We are waiting for God to fix it.
It's like a brute force hack of God's time.
You get if you put 4 people in a time machine, you just end up dead. Oh, okay. I'm leaving Wanker here. Oh, I see. So this is the party hub. Now I get it. This is where the party members stay between... Who will it be? Well, I mean, obviously it's the robot. Who will you replace? I don't wanna. I mean, I know we just met, pal, but... Why travel with a robot when you can travel with a slime?
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I want to replace the wanker. That's what I want. I don't want to replace anybody. Nobody, as a matter of fact. Oh, I feel bad now. Please don't leave me here. I just got beat up and put back together. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. We don't. All right, gotcha. Okay. A button, but where the gate which leads from that bucket? There's a gate that leads from a bucket? So I press A button. Okay, so there's nothing here. Gate that leads from that bucket. We're talking about one of these buckets? I can save at least. The end of time. The power within.
Do it all. I'm going to travel through time.
Ah!
Do it all in a speck of.
Okay, so that I'm going to save again. Full health, full everything. Bye, wanker. All right, let's see what the portal bucket says. Well, you can't warn me about it and then get mad when I use it. Fine, be that way, old man. All right, bye, wank. Just came here to drop you off. I don't even know what abilities he actually had. Now that I think about it, I should probably leave. The healing chick we obviously need, but the hoe could probably stay. Because I haven't found any of her abilities to be all that. Well, she's got the fire one, though, doesn't she? That's alright. It said I should press A, but I forget which A was A. Wrong one. That was wrong, too. I don't wanna. No! Okay, you said to press A. Old man? You got a problem with me now? Oh, whoops. You mean the one that was locked? The one I just tried and I couldn't get in?
That was one of those,
You cannot get ye flask.
You have to make it.
Oh, demon goat.
See, I was thinking more of a sheep, but sure.
Demon sheep.
Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Quite literally, actually. That's probably the best graphical interpretation. What are you looking at? Speculum. What?
No, you're not.
I don't believe you at all.
I'm going to challenge that for sure.
Wow. He done just called me out.
What?
Oh, cool. Am I about to get some magic power?
You should do lightning because yay!
Yay!
That makes sense because everybody else has got.
What the ponytails water? Who's that? That's not. Is that slut or hoe?
Healer.
Oh.
Just call her slobber hoe.
Said slut or hoe.
Oh.
Goofy glasses is fire, so that's a hoe. Cool.
So healers.
I subscribe.
That makes sense.
I still subscribe to the Avatar model where lightning's just a form of fire.
I agree with that.
I mean, scientifically, I guess you could argue it's not, but... Think magic and start from the door, walk clockwise along the rooms 3 times. What? Why?
It kind of predicates fire to a degree.
Well, I gotta walk clockwise around the room 3 times.
If they would have said 7 and then they scream at the end, I would have been like, Jericho! Okay, I'm getting massive Jericho vibes from this.
Well, I gotta do it one more time, apparently.
Keep walking. You silly little hole. You silly little slut.
Yeah, that was 3 times, bro!
Walking around will make your lightning come from your butt.
That was 3! Along the wall 3 times!
Over. Just because I want to see them walk.
Fine. Dick.
Maybe his name's Richard. We don't know.
Yes, I'm assuming that. Okay, so that was 1. This is 2. Here comes 3. And you know what? Just for good measure, because I don't frickin' trust you, giving you a freebie. Alright, surely that's sufficient. Weirdo. Turning into Super Saiyan. What? I didn't even think.
Okay.
Does she now?
I'm gonna leave that one alone just because the graphic visualization on that one was just a little bit too much. Fortified with magic.
Sure,
yes,
I
for
guess.
sure. I want to try out my new.
On you.
rod.
Bend over. Alright, whip him with electrodes.
Oh my!
You whipped me with electrodes. Goodness gracious! You just killed the slut like she was nothing. Fire. Lightning. Now, I'd like to point out she already had fire abilities. Whoop him. No. Ouch. We don't got no healing stuff going on. Am I literally just supposed to use this a bunch of times? Oh, I'm dead. Well, here's the end of me. Yep. Can you actually beat him? Okay, thanks, bro. That was a weird interaction. What? What, old man?
Yeah, what? Before you go, I have one more annoying thing I need you to do. Stand on your head and count to 5.
Okay, I'm gonna heal up again, game.
No, I'm just saying, in all this process, I found that the system itself.
Well, yes.
There comes a point in
But
which
that's
the
what
red
crime
tape- well,
ultimately originates from, is just things aren't being done sensibly. Organized crime, at least. Obviously, some crimes are born out of just anger and
this brings me to
whatever.
that whole.
But organized crime is, the system's broke and we're not going to play. We're just going to do it
Our way.
Our
Which
way.
is funny because, like, for instance, I found out that contacting the seller directly.
Oh, now I can almost go here. Can I actually? The
That's
Day
an
of
actual
Lavos.
not allowed thing.
Go
I was
there.
talking to the seller's agent, and I was like, "Hey, if it's worth it and behooves me, I'm just gonna contact the seller directly." And she's like, "No, you can't do that. That's actually not allowed." I'm like, "That is absurd." Like the fact that
I think real estate's a scam.
That's a dumb thing.
I think banks, real estate, insurance, it's all just a lie.
Well, that's organized mob just been legalized again. Once you, all you need is a license.
So
and
the
you can be a
dudes,
mob.
well, you should just get your own real estate license. So the dude's telling me that that
And
place
have a
leads
mailbox
to.
agency, and then you can break people's kneecaps and take their house.
I don't think you can take their houses.
I'm obviously being facetious and just,
No, I mean, you can't break their kneecaps yourself. Got to get other people to do that. All right, so that bucket apparently leads to some place I don't want to be. Been in a couple of those.
It holds all of Wanker's tears.
I hope nothing else. All right, bye, Wanker. We don't love you anymore. Wait, this isn't the time I came from. Protodome, that's the future again, and I'm leaving Wanker here.
So you just went into the wrong tube.
Oh, are those different time tubes? I didn't think that they would lead to different places. I just thought they'd take me to the next point of the game. So the middle time tube is the future. That's the... Good grief! Heavens above! I didn't realize we went that far in the past. Alright, that's where we're actually from. All getting beamed up. Yeah, I don't know. That was the point of that conversation that stuck with me the most. Hang on, there's aliens here. With butt heads. What's with the butthead aliens? Hi, butthead aliens. Well, those old attitudes for you. We don't serve your kind. Get out of here. Okay, so that is a butt head. That is a butt on her head. No.
He's Buddington Buddy but the second.
How can you tell that I can use magic?
Buddington Buddy but the first.
What?
His son is Buddington Buddy but the third.
Who are you
So
people?
I have heard. His wife is Buttweena Buddy Butt.
What is this?
They live on the Butford County line.
What is this from?
He's Buddington Buddy but the second, and he's a really good friend of mine.
I am very confused. So we've messed with time and now aliens are our parents.
And now buttheads are our parents.
It's an odd man who lives near the cave in the mountains to the west. Okay. That was completely unprompted, thanks.
Slot's freaking out about there's an old man?
That's my favorite
I
kind!
love silver foxes. My motto is, the bigger my butthead can be, the better it can
Okay, well...
bulbously bulge.
Is this the cave? Melchior. That's gonna be a bad time.
Melchior's hut. Mudka's meat.
Hekra! Is this the cave? He said to the west or east?
I thought he said to the west.
Well, so it's probably that cave. Let's go see the forest ruins. I swear this is a different... Where was, like, the town? Where's the castle? What was that again? Who's this? Elder's house. Who's you? Is that who I was just talking to? Oh, it's somebody else. So butthead aliens are just a thing now. Hi, butthead. Oh, okay. Beast. Only magic. Well, thank goodness the plot just gave me some. Ozzy the 8th. You confuse me, child. The thing is, I can't tell if this is strange and the game is wanting me to think it's strange, or if this was just how it was and I didn't notice. Okay, I sympathize with this guy. I don't know what his struggles are, but I'm feeling them. Ugh.
Some cat monster. I'm Ozzy the 8th.
So clearly something we did in the past caused something to happen. Oh, of course.
Yes.
In the past, they were saying that there was an army...
Butt aliens.
Well, I guess they're butt... I didn't realize they were butt aliens, but like in the prologue, or I guess the beginning of the game, it was all humans. It was all humans that talking about we had a fight with ancient mages from a long time ago, but now it seems like we're in a time when the mages won. So we've messed with history and created an alternate timeline. And everyone's racist, apparently. So, that happens. Residents, I'm breaking in! Oh, it's you guys. What about this? Ah, plot. What's the weird chanting? Well, don't ask. We just walked in on some kind of strange orgy.
The turtle too.
I mean, that dragon's into it.
What?
Look at him when he comes around again.
I don't wanna.
He is up for it. Singing. I don't know what he's singing, actually. Oh, and Lavos is awakened, the humans are doomed. So that Lavos bucket place is the place where these guys are talking about. So, we've messed with the past. Soon as Magus's creation, the mighty love was away from... Okay. So, this guy won the war against the humans 400 or something, however many years ago. And we messed it up by interacting with them. This is why time travel's not worth a squeeze. Okay, it's getting funky! Alright. This is so strange. What interpretation could there be for this motion, other than some kind of seductive dance? Wow. What do you think this will do? Oh, okay. Well, okay, I've picked a fight. Eat lightning, foul things. Lightning and fire and ice. I didn't realize she had ice. Whoa! We just obliterated these poor people! Alright, so I just walk into a bar, a guy sassed me, and I murdered his family.
And him, apparently.
470! Oh gosh, he's still around. I didn't kill him? How did that not kill him? You want to give me a room now, pal? I'm sorry, but for what I've just done for you, or just done to you, you're gonna try to upcharge me like that? I walked in, murdered your 2 nephews, gave you a good whooping, and you're gonna try to charge me 200 gold? You're lucky I don't just smear you across both beds and leave this place in rubble.
Hit him again. Burn him again!
Wouldn't you like to rest? Not here! I'm just gonna wipe my butt in your bed sheets. Take a dump in the pillowcase.
Johnny Depp knows how you feel.
Okay, well... Ooh.
That's his mom.
Well, she's getting it next.
She's coming doing the laundry. No human's gonna talk to me.
I'm talking to you, ma'am.
I'm just gonna give you a no.
Hey, you want me to murder your mother?
Pyrotechnic.
Talk to the guy at the end. I killed his 2 kids.
Pyrotechnic colonoscopy.
Aki kids.
Aki kids.
Yep. Okay, here it comes. I'm about to kill your mother.
Give me my check.
How I killed your mother.
How I killed your mother. Now you're just killing him in front of his mom. And the mom's gonna give you the discount.
Zero?
She just... Oh!
Well, she missed. Well, the mom knows her stuff, apparently. What? Okay, is it because she's magic that she's, like, impervious to this? So what if I just give her an old-fashioned whooping? Okay, so it's the old-fashioned whooping. Alright, well, just whoop her old-fashioned, then. Alright, your mom's dead. How about now? I don't know why I'm assuming it was your mom.
What? Well, I was the one that set that precedent. He's gonna be like...
Oh, the bot. Yeah, that's what you get. You're gonna try to upcharge me, aren't you? You best be giving me stuff for free, pal. I just murdered your mother. Alright, well, I got loads upon loads of cash. Whoa! Apparently not as much as this. Good grief. $142,000! Who's got that? Demon Edge. Okay, so I don't have as much money as I thought. Lumen Robe.
Ooh. That's I'm murdering your mother.
Well, okay, so what have I got is the question. I got an iron sword, a robin bow, a hide cap, load sword. Who's got the iron sword? Well, I guess I first need to check who's got what. No, no, no. What have I got on me? Okay, stop it. He's got a bolt sword, she's got the load bow, she's got the gun. Wanker's got a tin arm. I've probably picked up
what they call it?
I probably got a... So the bolt sword's the best thing we got. The load sword, I could probably get rid of. Iron helm. Just high cap. Okay, so I haven't actually bought anything in a while. Titan! Whoa! Whoa! That is much better. How does a ribbon give me better stats? Okay. Alright, she's got better stuff. We all got better stuff. Iron suit. The iron butt. Plasma gun? How long have you had these things? No, no, no. Maiden suit? Is that what she's been wearing this whole time? How did I talk her into that? Look, I know it looks like a French maid outfit, but trust me.
Are you gonna hear me out?
I
Steve here will be rumming the.
It's
you're gonna hear me out.
It's made of Kevlar. I promise. It's exceptional. No, no, no. Get the plasma gun. Okay, so now that I know what I have, no, actually, I don't think you're gonna cut your prices because I'm a human. I think you're gonna cut your prices because I wiped your mom across the floor. These people, I mean, I guess they're not easily intimidated. All right, so what am I gonna buy? Demon Edge is better than my whatever I got by a whopping load. But that okay, because it cost a whopping load. That was also. All right, so this stuff's expensive. How much have I got of this other stuff? 5 is it? Hammer arm, that must be him. Well, okay. I'm having to do a bunch of inventory now. Items. No, okay. I keep forgetting how the actual buttons are laid out. I got 5 of these. The revives is the stuff I really want the most of, isn't it? I only got 5 of them. And I got 28 tonics. Alright, I guess I'll buy a couple more of these. Well, I feel like all we've done is dance around a topic.
I mean...
You just don't want to acknowledge how sucky life is?
Well, I certainly want to acknowledge it. I just don't know that I'm ready to start buying vending machines yet.
Well, why not?
I really wish that... There's a part of me that I suppose in this process, the other frustration is that old man for sure moves like a robot. I am a normal human.
I think he's actually got an albino bat stapled to his nose. He's not talking, it's just trying to get away.
It's just trying to get away.
Yeah, sure, give me a weapon. It's dangerous to go alone, take this. Titan vest, heck yeah. She's already got the plasma gun. Red katana versus... it's not that much better than what I got. It cost a lot. Well, the Titan vest would be good for her. I got loads of cash. Go ahead. That's all, though. That's all you got for me? Ain't that the truth? Alright, I guess you don't have to wear the maiden outfit anymore. Come on, let me out of here.
She has a taut vest and a lovely butt.
I'm going into your basement. Oh, there's nothing interesting in here. Oh, he's got all sorts of stuff on the walls. I'm just gonna take one of these. He's got a typewriter, it looks like. Yeah, there's nothing in here I can do. Alright, old man, see ya. Gonna go see what the beast in the cave has to say.
I don't know.
So you got no strategies for your non-criminal gang? Because the question remains open. What would it look like?
I think the rub for me.
Would it just look like the 1950s?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the rub.
Society functions and we don't need crime now.
That really rubbed me the wrong way was the whole idea that you can't even loan multiple people money legally without it being called loan sharking. Like, that's amazing.
Well, no, you can.
Oh, the minute you loan multiple people money, and it's your own, like if it's over a certain amount, that's loan sharking. I'm like, that is dumb to me. Because they say you can do, you have to call it investments, and at that point it's different because you're getting something back for a different reason. Whereas a loan is like you're paying me back, and it's with interest or whatever it is. So it's like, I don't exactly understand.
Well, no, but that is still a loan. What?
I know.
I'm confused. Well, no, what you said it doesn't make any sense.
Loan sharking is...
Is it the fact that it's multiple people, or is it the fact that you're just doing it as an unregistered financier? Because I thought, it's basically like moonshine. The only reason it's illegal is because the government can't tax it.
But I find that dumb. It's like you're an individual. I guess my opinion is that if something is solely illegal because it takes expertise to do it, and you shouldn't have that expertise, and yet you can do it.
That's not even why. It's because the government can't tax you for it.
Well, loan sharking is illegal practice of lending money at interest rates that are higher than the legal limit.
Oh, well, so you could theoretically then lend money at an amount that isn't.
Loan sharks are unlicensed money lenders who often target people with low incomes or who are in difficult
Oh, that's a living thing.
They are associated with organized crime and can usually be violent or illegal. Here are some warning signs: unlicensed lenders, no or rushed paperwork, no background or credit checks, unclear and unexplained loan terms, and then extravagant rate fees. But
okay, but the problem then is that you're not abiding by regulations.
But the point is,
theoretically then, if you were a private individual who loaned at whatever the government allows you to, that wouldn't be illegal, surely. Unless it's the fact that it's like, you're not a registered lender. Why is this one octopus so much tougher than the rest? It's just dumb. Ooh! What the heck are you?
if a lender does not have a consumer credit license, it is illegal for them to make a loan.
Well, so that's yeah, you're not registered with the government. You haven't got a license for that. And that's just one of those things where you just go, well, I am an American. That my license is being an American. What's the name of the statute in the Constitution that essentially says that any restriction placed on you that violates your rights is basically you can just treat it as null and void, that no one ever actually uses? I don't know how actually accurate that perception is, but that's what I saw at one point, and I don't know how accurate it is legally. But somewhere in the Constitution there's basically a clause saying any government restriction requiring a license for something you have a right to do is null and void and you don't have to follow it. And it seems like if that's in there, then why on earth are there still so many things trying to make you have to have licenses? Okay.
statute of limitations.
Goodness.
Civil rights violations varies from state to state, actually.
Civil rights violation. I don't know what this antipode new ability she's got means. Whoa! Okay, so that's a combo between them. I don't know what kind of strange... I don't know what... Something about that just makes me uncomfortable, whatever it is you're doing.
Gooey duck in the sand.
It's a faintly masturbatory gesture.
Oh, dear.
How about you give me some healing? Actually, the hoe needs it. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's... I find that to be really stupid. It's basically, you're not doing this by the red tape. But again, that's like... So the only reason it's a crime is because of government regulations. And again, it's like... So there would be literally no crime if the government didn't make up laws that were BS. Okay, I shouldn't say no crime. There would be significantly reduced crime if the government didn't just regulate things out of nonsense. Okay. Gotta fight the 3 everlasting gobstoppers. Call down the thunder on you. How am I calling down thunder in a cave? Did you think about that? I didn't until just now. Unless I suppose the lightning is traveling through the earth. That just wrecks them like nothing else. Hey. Okay, well, gotta be faster about that apparently. There's a bat on the wall. I gotta fight you all now? Y'all are kinda getting on me nerves. You need some health. And you...
Yeah, what you're talking about is nullification. It's basically like when the state can actually veto a federal law if it violates the Constitution, and just basically say we're not...
Well, obviously the state has the right to do that. I'm saying I saw that that a private individual does not have to abide by laws that are unconstitutional. It's just like, well, I am confident that would never hold up in court, because surely these laws wouldn't exist if it did. Because, like, I didn't even think the concept of, like, oh, yeah, you have to have a hunting license. I'm like, no, screw you. My hunting license is the fact that I own a gun. Are you going to stop me while I own this gun? I'll tell you who I'm hunting then. Because it's nonsense. It's like, oh, well, we have to make sure that you know what you're doing. Because if you didn't, who knows, you might end up hurting someone. I'm like, okay, well, then arrest me then. How about? Why don't you... That's called manslaughter, and it's already a crime. Again, it's what we talked about. There's too many laws that attempt to regulate in prevention of a crime or of something happening. It's just like, how about we just punish people for doing bad things?
This is what I basically said.
If you don't know how to hunt and you go out hunting and you get a guy killed, you should go to jail. Yes, I agree. But you shouldn't prevent him from going hunting.
In the conversation with my wife and my mother-in-law, this is what I said, which is basically they're trying to figure out legal ways of legislating stupidity out of people, and you can't. It's like no matter what you're doing is making things difficult for the rest of us, because the laws you're creating are stupid within themselves, and they also continue to fail to prevent the stupidity from the people that actually need them. Again, I've used this example many times, but the whole divider thing is nonsense to me. It's like my wife has made the case. It's because of traffic flow and it's because of speed. I'm like, who cares? If I cannot make a legal turn and go to the left without getting hit, I deserve to either be off the road because I've gotten in multiple accidents and I shouldn't be driving, or to learn to go and go back to school and drive better. It's like, I'm sorry.
Well,
there's
the
not.
divider, I don't think that's...
I'm not saying all
That's not a
dividers.
regulation or
I'm
a...
not saying all dividers.
You're not
At the
being
point-
oppressed by a concrete
No.
barrier.
Well, I absolutely am. When I'm trying to come out of a parking lot and I want to turn left and they say, no, you must turn right, and I have to literally go to the right simply to make a U-turn to the left, that's stupid. I want to go to the left.
Well, no, but that's just how the roads are built. That's not
Exactly.
a regulation.
Quit putting the divider in the middle. I want to be able to cross traffic and actually go the way I want to go. There's no reason to have the divider. Other
Well, yes,
than
the
trying to
reason...
prevent
No, the
wrecks.
reason for the divider is separating the two sides of oncoming traffic.
No,
The left turn...
I'm talking about like in the zones of like the city. I'm not talking again about like freeways and things like that. Yes, I understand. Those
There's
kinds
still...
of things.
Okay, but there is
I'm
still
saying-
parts of... There's still parts of cities where there's two different oncoming traffics.
But there's also if you're in an area where there's parking lots on this side, parking lots on that side, they both need to be able to exit and go to either the right or the left. I don't like where you can't choose to go one way. I'm like, no, that's not allowed in my opinion. I think that's foolish. What it is you making a choice for somebody else.
But
It's
that's
like,
that's not a legal thing because there are plenty of places where that is the case. I think that's just dependent on the road. I think it's whoever builds the road makes that decision.
Well, maybe so, but I don't like people making decisions for me. I want to make my own dang decisions.
I think you're picking a
I use
strange case.
No, I'm
There's
saying,
plenty of things I'd fix before that.
Sure, that's probably true, but I'm saying it's indicative of the same kind of thing, which is basically you're trying to make it where, again,
I'm out of magic
you
juice.
see it in a more obvious sense. You see it where they will literally build a curve all the way around the freaking road rather than just actually saying, okay, this is the kind of little partitioned off section that we have that shows you this is where you need to go. But the fact that they need to corral cars into one particular section or another, it's basically indicative that they're trying to say, well, we're preventing people from going the incorrect way on this street or whatever. And I'm like, okay, but there comes a... For me, I would love to get back to a cobblestone/dirt road where it's like, I just want to go where I want to go, and if I drive there and I don't get anybody hurt, why does it matter to you? It's the same, I mean, again, you can't legalize stupidity. If I have to print on a label, don't drink this, it's for cleaning.
I think we should just stop doing that and
That's
let the
what I'm
problem sort
saying.
itself out.
That's
Not
essentially
anymore of the
what
weird bong.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Octo bong.
It's an
octo. It's an octo bong.
They live in a hookah. In a hook toy.
I don't... Okay, so what's his head's out of magic juice?
Who is?
The boy.
Oh! That was not a sound I needed to hear.
Well, these things can't really hurt us all that much. Although I say that, he's looking a little low on health, actually. Why don't you give him a boosty and then heal him? Hey. Well, we still don't have a solution. How do we form
The solution
a legal
is,
gang?
depending on how this election goes, I will be joining a militia. I mean,
Well-
there comes a point in which I'm like, I'm sorry, my waiting is over.
Well,
The founding fathers had to come to a point that they just said, hey, enough is enough. And I'm getting to the point that I'm like, all right, I'm dumping tea. I don't care.
well, enough's been enough for a while. It's
That's
just
what
I don't
I'm
want to go to
saying.
jail alone.
Well, I'll go with you then. There we go. Paul and Silas pact.
Okay, can I quit facing whatever this is and meet whoever the man of the cave is? He drew a scary face on a... Yep, I'm aware of that. Well, what am I doing here?
You gotta zap that with
Ah,
your
here you go.
special lightning.
Boner.
I was gonna say rod, but sure.
Well, what's that? What's a lightning rod but a euphemism?
happen to have a position available. Yeah, a euphemism, but it makes it a little less obvious and more of a double entendre.
I like my entendre single. Single malt entendre for me.
Single malt entendre.
Death to the mystic enemies. Oh, you're fat. Ew.
Not by any stretch.
He's got a triple paunch.
Human.
I am out of all my juice.
So they were trying to kill you by sending you in here. What was that?
Probably. Ether gives me juice. I'm gonna hit him with all the elements I have.
Double Hecron.
I am the Avatar. Except I don't have Earth power yet. Ooh.
Maybe he's the one that gives Earth power.
Ooh, he blows bubbles.
I'm gonna give you the bends. And then bend you.
I'm gonna give you an embolism. He's doing, oh no! He's doing me a problem! Revive the boy! And then heal yourself. Right, come on. Wake up! Slash him! We could all probably use a heal, madam, if you don't mind. Oh, she can't use her... Ah, now she's the one out of stuff! It's giving us all embolisms, we're all dead at once! Okay, well, I should probably heal up before that fight.
Well, I don't know. I am just saying, that militia group thing is not just a.
Question is, where? How do you do that?
I don't know.
You just join the National Guard? Is that really the equivalent today, or?
No, I mean that. I don't know. I'm sure that most of the National Guard is probably a part of some militia group. Obviously, there's some obvious ones that are like, okay, maybe not that. What's that one? I'm trying to think of what the particular name was.
I haven't heard of any. What you want is just a really militant HOA. That's the thing, you never hear about based HOAs. They're always...
Proud Boys movement.
They're not a militia, though. They're just They're not, because they don't achieve anything. They're just kind of frat bros. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is, to be honest. I don't know what an equivalent could be, other than just...
they're definitely a militia group, dude.
I've seen them in the news. All that really ever happens is they protest at places and nothing much occurs. Usually when fights break out, it's because of counter-protesters.
Well, sure.
So, I mean, because a militia group, I'm pretty sure they'd have been arrested by now. Because they've already been under scrutiny for the very little they've ever actually done. You made the comment about it being vaguely equivalent to a union, and I don't think that's correct, but I suppose that's the closest thing. But then again, most unions are mob-related.
Oh, see? Texas. In Texas, there's quite a few militia groups.
What are they called?
Well, one of them is just the Republic of Texas.
Oh,
Militia.
I'm all about that.
And it's literally just basically they what is it called? What's the word? They not occupy. The word is escaping me. It's propagate basically that Texas should be its own independent nation again.
It's one of those things where I'm not sure I'd vote for it directly, but if it occurred, I wouldn't care. Like, I'm not necessarily going to be preaching that from the roof, but if it came about through circumstance, I wouldn't complain. Are these even... Now, the other question is, would you get put on some kind of a watch list if you were associated with these?
This is hilarious. Texas state only prohibits militia groups if they're privatized without state permission. It's like, so as long as you go, hey,
Screw the government, you just have to go...
forming this militia group, Texas is like, okay.
As long as Greg says it's all right. Screw Uncle Sam. That's a topic I want to discuss. I think we've done ourselves a disservice by allowing Uncle Sam to become a derogatory label. Because it used to be and could still be a potent, almost mythological figure. Because it was originally a positive thing. And now Uncle Sam has become basically almost the equivalent of like Big Brother. And I think we've lost a valuable narrative asset to the cause. Because it's a shame that it used to be very much a, I don't know how you describe it. Not exactly a paternalistic thing, because obviously but I mean, it used to be more of a genuine, the government has your back kind of thing. The government will defend your rights and whatnot. But now it's just, oh no, the government just going to spy on you and steal your stuff. And so Uncle Sam is a guy we all hate now, when it could have been a more positive thing. And I don't think it's really possible to reclaim it, to be honest, which is a shame. I forget what it was, because there is I don't remember how I got onto this. It was I went down a rabbit trail of how different countries personify themselves, and I forget what some of them are, because obviously, like, Britannia is actually like the sort of mythological embodiment of England as a nation, and that is sort of what Columbia, who was sort of later replaced by the Statue of Liberty, was the original American sort of personification, until Uncle Sam came along in I don't actually know when that truly became more of a thing. I think definitely World War I, which is when the famous posters came around. I think he was sort of a political cartoon before that. But I don't know. I found that to be a kind of fascinating rabbit trail. But it just made me sad that it's like in most countries the sort of mythological embodiment of the country is a positive thing, and in the U.S. it's just the guy everyone hates. Well,
Apparently, Texas military militias consist of the Texas Army National Guard. So basically, like you said,
well, yeah, but every state has its own National
Texas
Guard.
Air National Guard. Yeah, but then there's Texas.
Yeah, but I've actually looked into it, and most of the people complain it's like, really all we do is just try to shore up the border, because it's all up to us. Government's not going to do anything about it.
What has been your take on this whole situation over there in North Carolina? That's insane.
I haven't heard anything about North Carolina.
I thought it wasn't North Carolina that they got hit with the massive hurricane?
Oh, I thought you were okay. That's not, well, what do you mean, what's my take on it? Natural disasters happen.
Yeah, and nothing's happening.
Well, yeah, that's cool.
No, there's literally bodies literally floating around, and no one's over there actually dealing with it except for citizens.
Yeah, but who's surprised by the government failing to do its job?
Well, it's not that it surprises me. I think what really just baffles me is the fact that it's now so not even accepted. That makes it sound like we're actually being okay with it as much as it is. It's so status quo now that no one even bats an eye at it. It's a little bit of the whole
government sucking at its job. That's good, actually. We need to get to a point where we are all so on the same page about the government sucking at its job that we stop giving it jobs. Going to say, we're actually going to take a whole bunch of this back, and really all we're going to leave you with is the defense budget and international trade, and that's it, actually. The rest of this we're going to have ourselves. You're not meant fit for any of it. I don't know. If I were given the power, I'd cut the government by like 80%. And I'm making that number up, but I actually don't even care. I would stick to it no matter what that involved. Just be like, if 80% is the target, I don't care what has to get cut to reach it. We're reaching it somehow because it can't be worse. It's like, that's going to require that we... I don't even know. I can't actually... I imagine the government could function just fine if it was 20% of what it is. I can't imagine... Because, I mean, just so many departments could be removed whole cloth.
Yeah.
And then the ones that exist, you could probably cut by 80% individually.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, why did we wait until the very end of this to get animated about how much we hate government?
Well, I was the one that said, all I'm saying is I'm dead serious about, like, depending on how this goes, militia is in my future.
I don't know how you how do you go about it?
Or not.
Well, she is. So expect a call from the feds. But the question is, I don't even know how you go about joining one of these things.
Well, technically, any sort of association and or formation of this is not legal. Even though I find it's like... Because
he said as long as... I thought he said as long as Greg was okay with it.
Well, yeah, Texas, they say it's got to be approved. But
How do you do that? You just write a letter to Greg? Say, hey, Greg, I hate the Fed like you. Greg signs a letter back, just a big thumbs up. Well, are we sticking to the soapbox, or are we gonna get off before it collapses again?
What charges are associated with militias, unlawful carrying of weapons? See, none of these are terrible.
That's not a crime. What do you mean? What's an unlawful carrying of a weapon?
Into a prohibited place. Well, do
okay.
Unlawful possession of a firearm. Well, okay,
that's a crime separately.
Has been convicted of felony. See, all
these are separate crimes.
Unlawful discharge of a firearm. Again,
I get no. I'm not. I'm actually opposed to that one.
Discharge of a firearm in public space or on public roads is an arrest.
See, that's where again I'm opposed to that. Just because I'm like, unless it actually causes damage, arrest me for the damage. Don't arrest me for doing something that doesn't involve damage necessarily.
Firearms trafficking, if you're known to transport or transferring illegal acquired guns.
Well, that one I can sort of understand.
It's like, okay, sure. Disorderly conduct. See, that one is thin. Because it's like abusive language and use of profanities or
I'm spreading to you.
Vulgar language.
Spreading of Asperger's.
in public places is technically a disorderly conduct. I'm like that.
I don't know. How about some citizens arrest for that?
I don't know.
That would actually be amazing.
Technically, it's legal to duel in Texas too.
With guns?
No.
Oh.
It's basically like you can challenge somebody to a duel, and if they actually accept it legally, then you can just duke it out, and that's completely legal.
Oh, so it's just a fight at that point.
Yep. But if you stipulate this is what we're doing.
So with guns is entirely possible.
I don't think so, but maybe. I think that'd just be murder.
Well, not if the guy agrees to it, because you could kill him in a fight.
Well, that's true, I guess. Beat each other to a bloody pulp. You can face assault charges, obviously. What are the penalties of these charges?
See, that again, it's implying that you've done something else illegal. It's like, oh, here's crimes associated with militia activity. It's like, no, these are crimes associated with illegal activity. It's like, yes, if you just beat somebody up for no reason, yes, that's a separate crime. What's it take to become a Texas Ranger these days?
Well, that's a question, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's basically a law enforcement position now. That's just part of the... I think it's basically statewide police. How many times are we going to let this loop?
What does it take to become a Texas Ranger? You must have the following qualifications. Citizenship. Hey!
How about that?
I've got a challenge there now.
It's harder to vote than do that.
physical conditioning must be good. Experience
Must be good. Is that what it says?
must. Well, no.
You show up. He goes, yeah, that'd be good.
No, it just says you must be in peak physical condition.
Peak.
Have at least 8 years of experience in law enforcement.
Well, there you go.
2 years in the Texas Department of Public Safety. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Currently employed with the Texas Department of Safety, so at least as a trooper. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's basically an elevated state trooper type thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's all
Basically, it's
crumbling.
a statewide jurisdiction.
Well, yeah, it's essentially the state fed. I don't get it, though. It's real dumb, the situation we're in.
I do wish that there's a part of me that wishes we would have returned to the whole, I could pull my gun on you in the streets if you decided that you were going to threaten my family, and that's what happens.
Well, you could theoretically you still could do that if you actually had a credible threat. You wouldn't get arrested for it at that point.
But it used to be like, hey, you're talking smack. I mean, it wasn't quite like you're talking smack. It was more like, okay, you just, threatened to burn my barn down. Like, people had to be far more tight-lipped with their assaults at that point, because back in the day, it was like, if you said, I'll burn your barn down, you could be like, I'll shoot you, and then they'll be like, okay.
What kind of interaction are you imagining here?
Oh,
I'm coming for your barn.
Just saying, like, you could just be like, hey, guess what? No. I'm going to just cap you right here. And then they'd be like, you can't exhibit that kind of behavior.
I think you'd probably be arrested even back then if it was
maybe,
just this guy was talking lip. Be like, okay, little outsized reaction there, pal. Maybe you deck him one. I think that would be fine. But I think if you just shot a guy for being sassy.
Yeah. Apparently it's illegal.
To do what?
In Texas to form a militia.
What?
There
Greg.
are militia groups that are currently, like, already formed that are...
Who are they? Where would these groups be?
Texas Militia, the official militia forces of Texas, which are just the Air National Guard, all that kind of stuff. Republic of Texas Militia Group, which is a group that claims Texas is still independent and that it should have never, that it was... The group claims to have a reinstated and provincial government.
Well, that's dallying a little too much with secession for me.
Yeah,
I mean, the argument to promote the idea that it should be, I'm potentially on board with that. But to be like, oh, actually, no, it still is. I'm like,
They basically make the case that it was unlawful for us to have.
Well, see, that's just
annexation of Texas into the United States was illegal in the first place.
Well, no, that isn't true because the government of Texas basically asked. It was like, we would like to be a state. The Fed.
Yeah, but it was under occupation.
No, it wasn't. By who? It was the Texas government. The Texas government, like Sam Houston, those guys all basically said, we want to become states. And it took a long time for that to be ratified, but that was... The people of Texas and the government of Texas wanted it. So you can't really argue that it was an unlawful thing. You might have argued that it was a mistake. We should have just toughed it out.
Patriots for America, Christian militia group.
Oh, hey, how about that?
That patrols the Texas-Mexico border.
Where's the Deus Volt group?
The group claims to have nearly 2,000 members.
How about Texas Volt?
Night vision equipment to trace immigrants through. Yeah, that's primarily.
So it's just a border thing, okay.
This is Texas Freedom Force, an extreme militia group according to the FBI members. This is a group to have flashed the...
TIT double F? That's what the acronym for that is.
Texas Freedom Force.
You said this is Texas.
Yes. TIT. No, but they're flash the 3% symbol in.
Oh, that's them. I've seen the 3%
which
thing.
is the reference to the paramilitary ideology.
I didn't realize that was them because I've seen the 3% thing going around. I thought that was almost a national. Because I've seen that all over the place.
Okay, what is that?
The argument is because the root of it, as far as I understand, is that only 3% of the population of the U.S. fought in the revolution. The argument being it takes a very small percentage of the population to actually enact political change. But I didn't realize that was
true.
Well, it is, but I didn't realize that was a local thing. Are you sure it is? That was for Tit Double F? All right. So if we're gonna do another one, I think we ought to get snacks. We also probably need to wrap this up, unless this is just the continued topic.
Well,
Let's plot revolution live on air.
Well, I mean, at this point, I'm not even hyped.
This is a live stream opportunity. We're gonna plot revolution until the Fed shows up.
You'll hear us.
I actually think that would be hilarious.
We have to use your house, no question.
I want to see some right wing Twitch guys be like, "I'm plotting revolution until the Feds show up." 6 hours in, you just hear, "Hey, we did it!"
This is 48 hours into our live stream.
I didn't think it would.
We've officially crafted all of our actual plans for militia, and here's
the new tax structure. It's none. Right, here's the only people getting taxes. Politicians are the only people who play tax.
This 3% sign or whatever.
It's literally just a Roman numeral 3%.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I thought they were meaning like some sort of gang sign.
No, I've seen it as like bumper stickers or things like that. So I thought it was more of not a meme per se, but more of like a kind of a come and take it kind of vibe.
I mean, I'd rock it. I don't have a problem with that sentiment.
But I didn't realize it actually was like a thing. Part of a certain group.
When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty.
I agree. We've all given up on that.
Well, but this is why I'm going to say if it gets much worse, militia is my option.
Well, basically, I'm at the point where it's just like I just don't want to. I ain't going to jail alone.
Well, I just told you we're going to go together. So pack up your. I mean, I'm getting to the point that I'm getting fairly loose-lipped too. Pack your. No. But at the same time, really, it's getting severe. Anyway, 3%. Wrong.
Wrong.
I find that the whole sentiment of actual representation, like without representation, things are happening. We've forgotten that's the whole reason why we actually fought for our independence. It's like. We need to be represented.
Well, you know that it's garbage when they're like, this insurrection is un-American. I'm like, there is literally not a single thing more American than insurrection.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but if any country could lay claim to the national pastime of insurrection, I think we have the best claim. Most other countries earn their independence basically because they asked for it.
Pretty sure we have a famous picture of us crossing the...
George will come on Christmas to whoop your butt.
He will come.
Literally, every other country that declared freedom from England just was like, hey, could we be free? And England was like, yeah, sure. We were the only ones who had to be like, hey, we're going to be free now. Well, okay, Mexico, I guess. Not from England, of course, but they did actually fight for it, so they get to... There's a bit of North American unity for you. Canada, they're still practically British.
Well, there you go.
All right, well, we won't be here next week, everybody. We'll be getting investigated by the Fed. Look forward to the next live stream of my cavity search.
Wow. 3% increase in my prolapse.